I felt the anger so deeply in my whole body, this tension. Still, like, these moments where I was rushing to go to the airport with my children. I can't remember. I think I had to drop them off on the way or something. And so I demanded some help of them by saying, come and get some stuff into the car. And so my son took my laptop bag, and I was all in a rush and not at all focused on what was happening. And a moment later we left and I started driving, and then I heard this big crack. And I was like, what's that? Oh, shit. And then it was the laptop. I got out of the car and I driven over the laptop. And I was so angry. And I was thinking, oh, you idiot. Like, why didn't you put it in the car? You put it in. So I got into this, like, typical kind of judgmental situation of blame with my son. And then I caught myself. And I felt the anger so deeply in my whole body, this tension. Also, it helped me to see how to see his facial expression of fear and defense. Like, but I took it to the car, and my interpretation was, of course, you need to put it in the car. So, yeah, and then noticing in that moment the anger that was alive in me, and actually to notice, wow, the impact that has on him, and to connect with myself in that moment, to finally take a breath, and then to actually open a dialogue to, hey, I'm imagining you were really shocked seeing me like this, and also that the computer is now broken. Yeah. It was such a big shift to turn that into a beautiful connecting moment. 'Cause I get up and I may fall right back down, but your love lifts me back to solid ground. Yeah, that's one aspect that I appreciate, that I can learn to catch myself, and if throughout time I can catch myself without the explosiveness, I become way less explosive, I would say. There's moments where I get to really listen to my child and learn so much about my child that I would not have otherwise without these skills. And there's many of these moments, but one recently with my daughter. That morning we had stayed with her auntie. She called up and I don't feel like doing anything. And normally she's quite energetic and excited to go and play with her horses that she has. So she sat down on the couch and she said, I don't feel like doing anything. And her auntie had said, oh yeah, that's just a teenage thing. Yeah, that's, in a very loving, caring way. That's welcome, which I appreciated. And if I just left it at that, I wouldn't have learned what I then learned by actually deciding to be with that, what was there. Rather than just carrying on with making lunch, which is what I was going to do, and just say, yeah, you sit on the couch. To actually just sit with her and check in with her. And yeah, a lot came out that I wouldn't have learned if I hadn't had these skills and noticing in myself, yeah, I do have spaciousness and I can be with her right now. And it took us 2 hours, and also the skill in it. Like, there's something about, I noticed in myself this desire to offer my advice for her problem. And I was able to see that, and actually then to stay with her and carefully. Sometimes I was maybe thinking, okay, is she ready to hear what's going on for me, hearing her? And I would check with her, and then actually more came out, so I would stay with that. After those 2 hours, we got to some, sweet moment of connection and joy and energy. And so we spent the rest of the day drawing out a plan for her, visioning of, she had some fear about having heard this message from a horse trainer. only the really good people would be able to train horses. So she had this image, oh gosh, I can never do that. So it was very sweet that in the end we came up with drawing out a plan, a big vision board for her to take the little steps that has her move into the direction of her current dream. At this moment, I'm really inspired to be with parents and to support parents, because it has been so supportive for my parenting journey, and really for parents to be able to receive the support of a community. That's what I longed for as a parent and still do.